something. 10 men, 20 men, 30 men. That food was something. 10 men, 20 men, 30 men. Yeah, drink them up. Yeah.
You know what it is, man. DJ Thoro, a.k.a. Thoro Zano, Bridge to the Streets. Right now, you're watching the hottest in the streets right here on thisis50.com. We live from One World. Shout out my man, Boy Wonder. You know how we do. Special guest in the building. Introduce yourself.
Dahmu Manero, Lingala Rap Finest. We're in the building. This is 50.
Okay. And that would be in Africa, correct?
Africa, Central Africa,
Congo, right?
Yeah, Democratic. There's
Democratic. There's two of them, right?
Yeah, there's two of them.
Okay, I know what's going on. You know, I know a little something. You know what I mean? I know a little something. Right. I got a simple question for you, and I'm sure the answer is yes, because you mentioned Styles P, Jada Kiss, Tupac, and Revolutionary Spitters.
Oh, let's not forget Biggie.
Oh, how can we forget Biggie? You see what I'm rocking, man? Brooklyn Dodgers,
yeah.
Man. Shout out to Jackie Robinson, man. You know what I mean? So I got a simple question.
Yeah.
Can you rap?
Definitely, that's a fact. I could rap.
You can rap. You can spit.
Definitely.
You got bars.
I got bars.
You got bars.
Not the Congolese people be going crazy.
Not talking about candy bars. Not Snickers, Hershey's. Not.
Bars, jail bars.
He got jail bars. All right, so listen. I'm glad you said that because I got a segment on this show. It's called On the Spot. You know what that means?
What that mean?
That means we got all your ex-girlfriends from Congo. They're coming out here to air you out right now.
That's gonna take a very long time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a whole day wait.
Oh damn! That many? Jeez. Leave that alone. But anyway, listen, we just need to hear some bars, man. That's all. You know what I mean? So it could be whatever you want people to hear. It could be something written, a song, whatever.
Definitely the Lingala flow. Yeah, I got you.
Right. Do you, man. And all I need you to do is look into the camera, right? Let them know the name and impress the hell out of these people. Let's go.
Dahmu Manero, you already know. Boss à Lingala rap. Let's go. If it's up, when we up, pas question d'explication. Nana game pour de bon, na zanga date d'inspiration. Mission nanga c'est mon coco là qui sako. Problème na biso ezali, problème ya ko zanga solution. Corruption ko futa prof. Wana manque d'éducation, ba faux pasteur na kati église, ba criminel na religion. Chance à vie na kati pour mlangweza soit éteint, ba député ou député. Blago coin na oye batin, mana le na kota mais jamais na kota te. Boaka lisu, woko mona nyoso zoko simbate. Diplômé to gradué. Awe foza la miwe. 65 jours. Nakota matolote 600 millions na solo mouton. On a vraiment nandimate. Ata pasito za beni de Kinshasa tina beni ye a betaneli kofi kasekwela songa mbeli ye. Unokwezanga fran. Can nobody talk like this? Flow ya parlement debout. Fils mukoko win this bitch. Oh lord. Yeah. Baza zéro cercle. Weza flow. Oye komisa baka de bambendre. Little something, you know what I'm saying? A little shaky, but it is what it is.
You say that rhyme maybe 3 more times, I'll be able to understand what you were saying.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? I was learning it. I'm like,
yeah, you can catch.
I can see how you can learn. Like it's reversed for me now. So you're speaking your native tongue. If I keep hearing that.
Yeah, you can pick up. I throw a little bit of English in there too.
That's dope. I'm glad you chose that route to go. See, I have this thing with artists. I like artists to stand out instead of fitting. Right. So you're in the city now. You're in New York.
Yep.
What are we promoting? What do we have out? What's going on?
Right now, I'm promoting my new single, Life for You. I released it about 2 months ago.
Okay.
You know, and then we're doing a promo tour for it. It's my new single that announcing the new album that's coming up.
Right.
Which is called Botu Nanganini. You know, I rap in Lingala to
Lingala, yeah, that's the native tongue, right?
Yeah, that's the native tongue. And,
okay.
Lingala, the flow is Lingala.
Okay.
So we promoting the mixtape, well, the single of the album.
Right.
And that's what we do on the tour right now.
Right. So I'm sure everyone interested, including me. What is life like in Congo? Like what is it like today?
Today, in today's society, it's pretty much like America, minus all the tall buildings in New York and all that.
Right.
But as far as like the way of, doing things, people like, it's the internet era. A lot of people watching whatever they see on the screen or whatever online, and they're trying to reproduce it. So I'll say, like, if you go to Congo, you'll see people dressed like they're in New York. You know what I'm saying? So, and they love hip hop, so they just follow in the footsteps of hip hop and stuff like that. So life is good for some.
Right.
But for majority of the people, life is it's a little difficult, but we're trying to change that.
Right, and they have the natural resources. Like I know Sierra Leone have the diamonds, and it's very Africa is rich with
Yeah, definitely.
Natural resources that the white man steals all the time, but
that's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
There's no lies. I told no lies just there. You know what I mean? That's a fact.
We got a lot of natural resources. One of them is coltan, is well known in an area.
Is that with the iPhone?
The phone,
yeah. Hugo, shout out to Hugo. He put me on to that. He was
shout out to Hugo. Yeah, that's
you can only get that in Congo.
I mean, we got 80% of it.
Right. Okay.
There's other countries about 80%. You already know it's a lot.
So break that down because that's interesting. A lot of people don't realize visualize that phone they're holding.
Yeah, the phone, the little bubble thing that you see in the back when you crack it. Even the TV in the back of the TV, any screen that you see, you know, it has this little bubbles in the back that it comes from that. As they get it from Congo, bring it here, and you know they work
and
it.
They have to mine it, right?
Yeah, they have to mine it.
Right.
And the thing about mining is little kids, like 6, 7, all the way to maybe 12, that go down there and grab it. So we have a whole nother fight that we're fighting against, like letting the kids go to school or do something that's good for the kids, instead of like sending them to mines and paying them $1 for something that's gonna bring them millions of dollars. So we're standing up against that. And
it's kind of like a sweatshop. How in China, it's kind of like that, but in a mine.
In a mine.
And
sweatshop, I don't think
they're using kids.
They're using kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
the thing could collapse at any moment, but they don't really care. You know, money. A lot of people don't care when it comes to them. They want the money and the power. So I mean, that's what we're doing in music too, to kind of send out messages. To let the people know this is not acceptable, because it could be my son or my nephew, anybody's family member that's out there doing those things. So I don't really have nobody in particular that's there doing it, but I feel like it could have been somebody that I know. So we gotta make sure this don't repeat, because it's been happening for decades. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to let it go for now. So we got a whole movement going for that.
Okay. Now, growing up, man, who were some of your musical influences?
Definitely Tupac, Dr. Dre.
Okay.
It was tough then. This is like early 90s. In order to like watch those guys, you had to have like I don't know what it's called in English, but it's called antenne parabolique. It's like one of those big joints, antennas, the big one.
Okay.
Yeah, you could like get the channels, and we got to see like Pac live. When he was doing the song with Snoop, None by the Gangsta Party, we watched that live. So we was watching it, but in a where we from, people didn't really like accept it, because Congo in Africa, the music that we have is the most popular genre of music in Africa then. Now it's kind of like the Nigerians with Afrobeat.
Afrobeats,
Yeah, they kind of like taking
like
over.
Burna Boy and all
but back then we had Congo was the one, so letting hip hop come in was very difficult. But we liked it. Michael Jackson was there.
Michael Jackson is the most famous person in the world. So
he was big there.
He could play. See, people gotta stop this. Like, it's just off topic real quick, but Michael Jackson is one of the only few artists that could go anywhere in the world and pack a stadium.
That's a fact.
Anywhere in the world and pack not a club, not a town hall, not a coliseum, a stadium.
80,000 plus too.
80,000 plus.
You could do that. I remember the impact of Michael Jackson.
You know what I mean?
Everybody would try to be like him.
I don't think there ain't too many artists that can do that.
Yeah, there was a lot of things around him, not just the talent, also the music videos. It was like a movie. When you're watching it, it makes you dream. Like, I was dreaming about America then, just looking at it like, wow, that place is amazing.
Right.
I was comparing it to like the musicians from back home. I'll look at the videos and Michael Jackson, I'm like, damn. What a difference, you know what I'm saying? But the budget, the budget was higher and stuff like that.
Right. So you're vastly knowledgeable in a lot of music. What's your approach to making music? Like, what's your style? Like,
it's more like I started with hip hop, like rapping, but I'm trying to change it a little bit of singing, because I understand where I'm from. Like I said, we already have like a genre of music that's very popular, so they always be having a hard time. It's getting better, but in the beginning it was kind of difficult to for them to listen to rap, even though they listen to American rap. So me coming in the game and actually being here, understanding the rap here, it made it a little more easier for them to accept it, because I'm here, this is the mecca of hip hop, especially in New York City. So I'm home right here. I feel like, this is the style. I feel very comfortable.
It's funny you said that, because a lot of people that don't speak English, they learn English through music.
I did too.
I was going to ask you that. How did you learn how to speak English?
I knew lyrics from songs. Well, not lyrics, but you play the beat, I'll rap, but I'm not saying anything. I just know the cadence and stuff like that. That's how I developed like the music thing, because I already picked up the cadence and I just had to plug in the words.
Right, I used to notice that when we like go to Russia, Moscow, or I go to Italy, and they don't speak any English, but when you play those records, they know the words to the song. So it was like, damn, it's literally teaching you how to speak English.
Especially if they're saying something that you kind of heard before, or the songs be having the oh and the ah. That'll be the part that we'll really know.
Music is truly a universal language.
That's a fact.
So with that being said, now style-wise, if I had to compare you to somebody, who would that be? Like,
I mean, I grew up.
If anybody at all, maybe there's no comparison. I don't know.
It's only right. I'm on This Is 50, so it's 50 Cent, man.
50
Even my
Cent.
whole approach, like my strategy, how I
Right.
came into the game and stuff like
And you
that.
see you close to those plaques right there, so you see that, right?
Definitely. 50 is that man. You know,
Right.
the whole G Unit camp. You know, I'm a big fan. So I learned a lot. I studied the game like through 50 Cent,
Okay.
and I realized he didn't really get a lot of help from the beginning, from the
Right.
labels.
You know I wrote all his lyrics, right? I mean,
Yeah, you did.
Okay. No.
That would be crazy.
I'm sounding like Young Buck up here, right? You know I've written like 5 songs. He did like. Nah.
So I did a lot of 50 Cent, the whole D Block, and
Oh.
you know, a little bit of Tupac too.
Oh.
So I'm a revolutionary kind of musician. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you?
with the Jitty Kids and the Style Speed and the Chic Luch and all that.
You gotta stop now. Stop. How do you say stop in your language? How do you say stop?
Zela, tika, tika.
Zela tika tika. Listen, I pick up fast, right?
Yeah,
I
you
speak
got
like-
that.
I speak
And
like-
your accent is good
I
too.
speak like 15 different languages.
Let's
People don't
go.
know that. You know what I mean? I just like letting people talk, and I see if they're talking about me.
We got a lot of dialects where I'm from too. We
Yeah,
got like maybe
I
over
like to,
25.
I like to do that. You know, I like to pretend I don't know what people are saying. And like,
You
oh.
one hell of a human, man.
You know what I mean? But anyway, let's talk video-wise. If anybody that's not familiar with you and you want them to get a first impression of you, visual-wise, what would be a video they can go check out right now that you got
You
out?
can check out my new single. That's what we're pushing. It's hard. It's a
Okay.
hit record in our opinion. We just need the public to accept it the way we promoting it.
Okay.
It's called Life for You, Dahmu Manero, Life for, which means this life.
Okay.
So we're talking about the everyday, things that's happening from our perspective, from the Congolese perspective, being in America,
Okay.
and that's that.
Right.
So Life for You would be the record you should go check out, and that'll get you to go look at my first album, second album, and all my others, other singles that wasn't a part of the album.
Right. Now, here's a hypothetical question, and I love this part of the show when I ask artists this. Hypothetical. Let's say I give you one record, right?
Right.
I give you one song. I'll even produce the song, whatever. But I say, hey, you can put one artist on this record. Only one artist. It could be any era, any genre. The artist could be dead or alive. It don't have to be rap. It don't have to be Afrobeats. It could be whatever genre, dead or alive, because it's hypothetically. Who would you do that record with?
That's a tough choice. I mean, we're gonna have to bring Michael Jackson from the dead.
Oh shit! I figured that. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson.
I mean,
why Michael
you can't
Jackson? Why Michael Jackson?
I mean, it's the greatest. I've seen him do songs with hip hop artists too. I think he did with Heavy D.
he did
was
with Biggie, Heavy D.
Yeah. So I mean, I like his
Jay-Z.
Yeah, see, I like his whole thing. You just can't miss with him. I think like
Right.
even if the song is not all that,
Right.
people still gonna come in and give it all you. All
And
you need.
people don't give Michael Jackson his how you call it? His
Credit. No.
not credit, but his damn, what's what I'm looking for? Well, he started from a kid and he never fell off.
Oh yeah.
His what's the word? Consistency.
Yeah, he
You know
was
what I mean?
very consistent,
Like
yeah.
consistent.
As a
From a
young-
kid, he been making hit records from the time he was alive to when he passed
Till
away.
he passed,
He was
yeah.
still relevant. Name me one artist right now that came out. He came out in 68, 60.
That's when he came out.
1968. With Oh Baby Give Me One More Chance.
Yeah,
That was 1968, 69.
Wow. We caught
So
that.
50
We caught that in Africa, like
Right,
in
but
the 80s.
name me one artist that came out then
Nah.
that's still relevant today.
To actually have a chance.
That's damn near impossible.
To have a chance to be a kid and have your life like broadcast like
Right.
Michael Jackson. It doesn't happen. I've seen it happen to a couple of artists.
But
I
they
think it was
don't-
like Bow Wow.
Bow Wow's not lasting.
They're not
he's not
yeah,
lasting
they're
that
not.
long.
They had that chance.
He
though.
had his chance, but Bow Wow after the kid and then teenage, he may have had a couple hits, but now,
Maybe you couldn't moonwalk and all that stuff.
yeah, but he's not. He didn't transcend like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm saying. Michael
but
Jackson
he was a
special.
rapper too. Michael
Right.
was like more like a singer.
He
Singers,
was a singer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Because rappers, the life expectation and it's not
It's
really
hard
that
to
long
come out
career.
as a star as a kid and then transform to teenage. Listen, he was a star kid, teenage star, adult. Like just
Yeah.
kept like that's
all around. Yeah.
that's impossible, damn near.
Yeah, that's impossible.
That's impossible.
I mean, we got a kid like that in the Congo too. Shout out to Enos B. He has the same kind of flow.
Okay.
He's coming in. He was a kid. Everybody was filming it. He won this award, like American Got Talent kind of thing from the
Right.
Congo. He won that, and now he's like one of the biggest African artists now. And
Right.
he has the chance to actually, maybe get there. And he's into Michael Jackson too. So I just wanted to throw it out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So listen, if anybody want to get in contact with you, follow you, how can they do that?
Definitely, I'm everywhere. All social media, Dahmu Manero. The Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. on YouTube, of course, and any other platform. Dahmu Manero, DAHMUMANERO, and I'll be there. You know, you might, send me a message when I get to it. I talk back.
Now, you have a big influence because once you come on this show, your influence rises.
Definitely.
In case you didn't know that. All right? Just let you know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a kid watching you right now that may be from where you're from. What's some advice you could give him to let him know that it's possible to make it, or just some helpful advice? I like to give back. So to speak.
People tend to say a lot, work hard. Work hard is cool, but you gotta have confidence. First thing first, you gotta believe in what you're doing, and once you do that, you gotta know how to love yourself too. When people realize you love yourself, they could let them show them that you love yourself, and they'll start loving you from there. So be consistent and love yourself, love what you're doing, and you'll see everybody will gravitate towards it. And next thing you know, you have a whole following. I started like that, and I'm still rising, and I'm influencing maybe people right now.
You are.
They probably
There's
see
somebody
something
in the
they
country
like.
right now going, oh man,
Definitely.
I can do it. He came all the way from, he was from here. He's there now. So
definitely,
that's
they can say
inspiration.
anybody from the Congo. I'm gonna say Lingala, bana Congo. So you put koma koto. Ils n'ont pas cité rêver caca si ma vivre réalité.
I second that.
That went over your head.
I second that. Whatever he said, times 3.
Times 3, yeah. Fois 3. He said fois 3. You can say fois 3.
Yeah, fois 3. Yeah. See, I speak English. I pick it up fast.
We got a little French too, though. Like the Lingala language over there is like Lingala, and we mix a little bit of French in it. Like fois 3, that was actually French.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be fair, because they're gonna try to call me out on that.
They call you out on that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're mixing languages, man. That's what you do, man. You know what I mean? So listen, before we get out of here, man, is there anything else you want to chop it up about or speak on that we didn't touch on?
All I want to say is my last message will be peace in the Congo. We tired of all the wars and all that stuff, The people, we gotta get this thing. Matter of fact, can I say in Lingala so that people can understand? Congo, tous ensemble. Comme ça, ma ramboue changer tout qui ne liboso toujours. Zaire, Congo, bisous tous ensemble. You heard? It's your boy Dahmu Manero.
All right, there it is, man. DJ Thoro. This is 50.com. And like always, when you see us, one knee us. That means pay respects. We out.
10 men, 20 men, 30 men. I'm on